friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 159. My name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan, and I love to crochet and I love to knit. And you can find all of that yarny goodness on my social media, which will be in the description box. It'll be all linked to my Instagram, my Ravelry. My email is there. Also, all the patterns that I'm going to talk about, I will link it down there as well, or in the description box, because it's been moving around depending on where you watch is where the description box is. Anyway, patterns that I talk about, all the fancy yarns that I'm going to talk about, they will all be linked down there as well. So welcome back to my little corner. For those of you who are new, this is where I used to podcast all the time. And then mostly I came up here and I closed the door. This is a guest room of my house because we had cats and I didn't want them bothering me while I was recording. And then when they both passed away, I ended up moving down to the living room and where I have a lot more natural light. Sorry, I have this one hair. We'll just pull it out. One hair has been driving me crazy all morning. Anyway, so yeah, I've been down in the living room, a lot of big windows, lots of natural light. It's a great place to record a video. Yeah. So if you're new, basically we don't have central heating or air. We have a boiler system for our heat, and in the summer we have to put window units in. And thankfully, when they built this house, so it's 3 levels. So we have the upper level where the bedrooms are, we have the main level, and then we have a lower level where we have our TV and all that. And then we have a basement as well. So we basically have 4 levels. But the heating system is split into those 3 levels. So the main floor heating system is not working. I just went down and checked. It is 61 degrees down there. It's kind of cold. Up here, it's a nice, reasonable 72. And I'm thankful for that. And then the downstairs, where the TV is, where I've been watching the Olympics, that is a nice 72. Actually, I would like it to be warmer, but I will compromise at 72. Give me the hot. And of course, the heating goes out when we hit a cold spell. Like this week has been so nice. We almost got to 60 degrees and it was lovely. I had 2 days where I didn't wear a coat. I just had my sweater on and I was fine and it was glorious. And then of course, the heat may have been out. I don't know. But it's out now. And of course, we're going to be hitting the 20s. And I think by Tuesday, we're supposed to warm up again. But, don't know. Ryan messaged a guy to come fix it. And then he left. He skipped town. He left last night. There's a Bible quiz tournament. Excuse me. Bible quiz tournament where he's at today. He will be back later tonight. But if you hear pops and creaks, that's the boiler system. There's a heating board that runs right down here. So it's keeping me nice and warm while I'm podcasting to you. So yeah. It's been a long time since I've talked to you. So it's going to be a chatty episode. Just warning you now. So grab a drink, grab your project. So Ryan left last night. It was close to 10. And I still hadn't heard from him. And I'm like, is he okay? And then I went and got ready for bed, and I was like, I'll get ready for bed, and then I'll call him, and it'll be fine. But he messaged while I was in the bathroom washing my face and brushing my teeth. And he's like, hey, I'm here. Just want to let you know. And he's like, I got here and just started talking because he's actually staying at the house of his former youth pastor. So they have a lot to catch up on. And I was like, that's fine. I was like, I was planning your funeral. But I figured I'd wait until after the cruise to have your funeral. And he thought that was pretty funny. In fact, Pastor Gary thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, we're going on a cruise. A week from today, we will be in California. And I'm very excited about that. But anyway, before we get to all that fun stuff, let me just catch you up on what's been going on at work. Did I tell you we have a new director? I don't know. It's been so long since I've talked to you. So my team manager announced in October she was leaving. It is February. She is still there. And part of me is like, I don't want you to go. But another part of me is like, okay, we've got somebody new to replace you. Let's move on, okay? Things have been very awkward since the new director was announced. So basically my coworker Josh, who is a major gifts officer, so major fundraiser for us, he was promoted to director. And we're very happy about that. We're very excited about that because for the three of us left, it's like, we really like Josh, we trust him, we know him, blah blah blah. The other guy that they were considering, it's like, it's unknown, we don't know. So there was a lot. So effective, so it was last Monday. Was it last Monday? It would have been the 9th, February 9th. He was effectively the new director. I came in on Monday and he had moved all his stuff into the director's office, and thus moved all of my manager stuff out. And so when she came in on Wednesday, it was very awkward. And it's been another thing. Like, when I was talking with the other two ladies, I was like, we're all just like, we just want a normal work environment. And then of course, me and my old age compared to them, there's no such thing as a normal workplace. There's just not. There's always gonna be drama. There's always gonna be something. But yes, I agree. Like, I wish we could just have calm. There really hasn't been no date set for when she will be officially done. She did say, oh, I can stay until my daughter has her baby, which she's due in August. And it's like, yeah, that's just, we won't go into. It's a lot. But anyway, but for me, like, I've been given a lot more responsibilities, which I love. I'm excited about. So when Josh moved over to, so he was basically in a little cubby hole kind of thing. We called it his nook. When he moved, Kayla took his chair, and then he had this platform that you set on a desk that you can raise, so it'd be a standing desk. So I took that. So now I have a standing desk. And I also still have my crisscross chair, which I still love. But like, because I've had it for 2 weeks now. So like when I'm working with the mail, I'm constantly have to go into the printer and stuff like that and get stuff ready so I can get ready to go to finance and all of that. So it's nice to be able to stand and like do what I need to do, walk to the printer, walk back without having to get up and then all that. So I was very excited about that. And it's really great in the afternoon when you get really sleepy. Stand up. And you won't get sleepy. So, but yeah. Fun times. We also, speaking of fun times, Valentine's Day. My husband and I went and got our taxes done. So I have been at my current job for almost 5 years. Before that, I worked at a CPA firm an hour away from here. So I commuted for 3 years. When we moved up here for 3 years, I commuted an hour one way to my job. Well, it's not quite an hour. It was almost an hour. But CPA, so with tax season, 6 days a week, I was doing this. Like when we drove down. So because I used to work there, they do our taxes for free, which normally, like before we moved up here, Ryan and I would do our own taxes. They weren't hard. But now that my husband's a pastor, it makes things, there's a whole lot that goes into that. So since they let us do it for free because I used to work there, it just makes things a whole lot easier for us. And this year, for the first time, and I don't know how many years, we're actually getting money back. Wow. It's not a lot, but it's something. So, but then we were like, well, since we're down here, and we haven't found a good Chinese restaurant in this area. There was one that we could order from. You couldn't really eat there, so it was like a takeout place. It was okay. It just wasn't my favorite. But then they closed. So, but across the street from the CPA office is a Chinese buffet, which I love a good buffet. And Great Wall Chinese restaurant has some of the best Chinese food, and we were so excited to so we get our taxes done, but then we get Chinese food and celebrate Valentine's Day, and just it was wonderful. It was great. And then this week we had to go do CPR training. So if you're new, I've been talking about my job, didn't tell you what it was. So I work for a nonprofit. We have a school for children with disabilities, and then we have a day program for adults with disabilities. I work in the fundraising department, so I don't really work with the kids. But I get to see them, and if I'm there, so obviously teachers and the paras, the assistants and everybody, they have to be CPR trained. So I had done CPR at previous jobs, and it's always just good to know how to do this. So we asked, like, hey, next time you do CPR training, can we join in? Of course, this was months ago, and trying to find time for all of us to go to CPR training. It's been nuts. So we finally were able to go. We went on Thursday. And my knees still hurt from kneeling on that floor doing my CPR. But yeah, so now I'm certified, and also certified with first aid as well. So anyway, I was thinking like, oh, what if I'm on the cruise and somebody needs CPR? Hey, I can help. I can at least help until somebody who has more knowledge and experience can come along. Anyway, okay, my nose is starting to run. Okay, my nose is running before I even pull out all the bowl. Alright, let's talk about yarny goodness, shall we? I think we should. So, finished objects, I have 2. Yes, it's been so long since I've talked to you. The first one that I want to talk to you about was living in this gorgeous bag made for me by my friend Kalisha. I actually bought it from her way before we met and got to know each other. I also have this lovely sheepy argyle sweater. Sheep sparkly purple pin that I got at Llama Llama Ding Dong, my local yarn shop. R.I.P. I miss you so much. But my friends Yax and Rue are there. Living in here was the Vanya cowl designed by my friend Hannah. So this was like a good friend project, you know, reminding me of all my good yarny friends. So Hannah is the Cozy Cottage Crochet here on YouTube. If you want to go look her up, she's amazing. So the Vanya cowl, I used 2 yarns held double. It's made for a lace weight shawl, or a lace weight yarn. Lace weight shawl. But I held 2 yarns double, so it was a little thicker than a normal Vanya cowl. So the first yarn that I used was Lang Jia Wool. It's a superwash fingering weight yarn. Oh, I don't have my glasses with me. Shoot. It is 75% virgin wool, 25% nylon. The color is 83.0290. I think that's the colorway Mulberry. I'll put it on the screen if I'm wrong. This is all I have left. I played yarn chicken on this thing, trying to finish a row, and I was like getting so close, and I won yarn chicken. I'm so excited. The other yarn that I used was Ito yarn. It's their Kinjin base, so it is 51% viscose, 49% polyester, and the colorway is lilac red. And this is the sparkly goodness that is Ito yarn. Sorry. So yeah, as you can see, it is a true lace weight yarn. There are some thicker pieces of it, but I love this so much, and I loved how my scarf turned out. So it's a Vanya cowl, but I made it a scarf because I wanted to wear it with my church coat. So I have a really nice gray pea coat, and gray and purple is my favorite color combination. I don't know why. It's a calming color combination for me, and I love it. So I've already been wearing this to church the last couple Sundays with my coat. Although last Sunday I wore my coat to church, but then I was like, I don't need it for the rest of the day. So yeah, so here's my Vanya scarf. So I pretty much, I should say it's Vanya-ish. Because it's not a cowl, it's a scarf. I didn't do the triple crochets like it said. I did doubles. And I didn't do it as wide as a Vanya cowl usually is. I think you do 3 repeats of the pattern. So yeah. Hannah will understand. She kind of does the same thing. So, okay. So here is my stitch marker. I have this gorgeous purple kitty. That's where I was last time. So I pretty much did 2 more repeats and then finished off. So doing this last row, that's when I was like, huh, I'm gonna run out of yarn. Actually, I've been showing you the wrong side. There, you can see where you crochet in the back loop. Yeah. So I put my stitch marker on the wrong side, is what I did. So yeah, it's really nice. really nice, and it looks, especially last Sunday when it was so sunny, and I walked out the door, and it was just sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. I think what I'm gonna do is I haven't even washed or blocked it. I'm just gonna get another stitch marker, and just stitch it in, like, in the back collar, so it'll just stay. It won't ever fall off. And maybe I might put a little stitch marker on under the lapels, so it'll just lay nice and flat. Ta-da! So, love it, love it, love it. We're gonna put that where it needs to go. Free project bag. Yay. My second finished object is a pair of socks. I was hoping to get these done by Valentine's Day. I did not. I think I was still working on the heel by Valentine's Day. So I was living in this lovely Japanese knot bag, made for me by my Advent Swap partner, Jill. Hi, Jill. In here was the Austin socks, by the Crazy Sock Lady. She spells hers like Austin the city. I decided to spell mine like Jane Austen. So instead of Austin, it's Austen. I know, nitpicky. The yarns that I used. I don't have the ball bands. So yeah, here are the yarns that I used for the heels, toes, and cuffs. This is Universal Yarns. It was a mini skein, 75-25, and I believe this was the colorway Peony. And then this little nugget is what was left of a 50-gram ball of Knit Picks Felici. So it's a self-striping yarn. The colorway is SWAK, SWAK, sealed with a kiss. So I had this nice romantic colorway name and a nice romantic pattern name. I figured these would be cute Valentine socks if I had finished them in time for Valentine's Day. But next year. There's always next year. So here are my finished Austin socks. Oh my gosh. So last time you saw, way back in January, I was here. So I've done all this, did the heel, and then I did 2 repeats of the pattern, because it's a 14 row repeat. I did 2 repeats, and then I kind of did, so you can see where it's staggered, and then I just kind of did it all the way across. Although, because I have a specific number that works really well for my feet, like it fits well. Of all these patterns that they call for 4 more stitches. so the side of my foot here is a little bare, but anyway, so yeah, so that's where we are. I have not washed these or blocked these or sewn in the ends. I still have an end here. Oh, that's a long one. But I don't care. It's fine. I will eventually get there. Probably this afternoon. I will wash these. Oh, I want to wear them on Monday. I was like, why? What day was I planning on wearing these? I need to wear these Monday when I go to my knit night at the library, because I was working on these last Monday, and I'll be like, look, I finished my socks. So I'm very excited about these, to have these done. So we'll put the yarn back in here. I love this concept of a bag. Like, I think it's so cool. There's no zipper for your yarn to get caught in. I'm very excited about that. Make some progress. Let me get a little swig of Diet Coke here. Okay, make some progress. I have 2. One you have seen for a long time. It is the crochet project that I have going. It is the Granny Wrap by Anna Boo's House. I am using Advent yarns that I swapped with other people. So I have 2 friends that we swap scrap yarn with each other, wrap them up, have a nice little Advent calendar going. If you watch my Vlogmases, you will see these. So I have, like, it's getting really long. It's getting really big and obnoxious to take, if I go anywhere. I mean, it's not horrible to take somewhere. But basically, it's been living on the couch beside me while I watch the Olympics. And I've been so excited about the Olympics. Alyssa Liu winning the gold was amazing. So my hook, basically, this is the yarn. It's been living in my yarn bowl, made for me by my father. I kind of sound like Darth Vader in that. So these are just scrap yarns or yarns that they purchased, mini skeins that they purchased, that Jill and Jen sent to me. This is 2 years worth of yarn. Oh my word. I am all... Let's get this wrapped up a little. Okay. And because it's granny stitch, it's easy to work on when you're watching the Olympics because I don't really have to look when I'm doing granny stitch. I can just do it. So that's been nice. Let me make sure I'm showing you the correct side because I don't have ends woven in. Look at this thing. It's huge, huge, huge. Okay, so last time you saw, I was here in this dark purple. I have now switched to the blues. We're moving into blues now. This is what I have left of this skein, and then I have 4 more colors. Yeah. It is ginormous. It's going to be a fabulous thing to have on the couch for when I'm watching TV or watching movies. It'll be fabulous. And it'll just remind me of all the fun yarns that these girls have sent me. So let's see here, this dark purple here, and then it starts to gray or green. This dark purple is the dividing line between 2024's Advent, and then this is the start of 2025's Advent. So 2 years of Advent swap in one huge granny stitch shawl. It's been lovely, and I'm make sure I put the hook. This is a Chow bamboo hook. It's an E, so it's 3.5 millimeter. I don't like this as much as the Clover Moors, but it's still nice. It's very lightweight. It feels good in my hand. Clover Moors, they're better. Took a drink of that pop and now I'm burping. Sorry. My second making progress is a knitting project. It is living in my stitch bag. Beach life is a good life. In here is the rainbow sweater by Yelly Knits. I'm calling it my Rainbow Bright sweater because I'm using the colors of one of my favorite characters from when I was a little girl, Rainbow Bright, and I'm making this sweater. Like, I am... Although I have not worked on this in over a week. I know, I'm like, as much as I want this done, I think part of me is like, I'm getting to the parts where I'm a little nervous, So the yarns that I'm using Do I have a ball band? I do. It is Cascade Heritage 6. It is a sport weight yarn. This pattern calls for DK weight, so we shall see how this affects everything. So it's Cascade Heritage 6. It is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And I chose all of the highlighter colors. So I have purple, well, it's highlighter grape, highlighter blue, highlighter green, highlighter yellow, and highlighter red. And then I have white as well. I'm not pulling out all those colors, but I will show you how I've been storing them. I've been putting them in socks. So here's the highlighter blue. This is like the main color of the sweater. I have like 4 skeins of this, I think. Yeah. So I have all these Pixar ankle socks that I wrapped my yarn. This one's attached, so that's the highlighter grape. And then of course the white is in Eva. Okay, so the purple and the white are attached to my sleeves. But the first thing that you knit is the rainbow. So this will go on my right side. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's a hair. Okay. So this is my rainbow. So you can see the highlighter goodness of of this yarn. Like, oh my gosh, look at this. It's amazing. And you would think like, oh, the hard part's done, but I gotta attach this to a sweater. That's what, I don't know why I'm so nervous about it. But anyway. Well, and then also in the pattern, well, first of all, in the pattern, she has an Excel spreadsheet, which I'm in Excel daily for my job, and I love a good spreadsheet. I love a good pivot table. I love a good, like, calculation, all that. So you basically plug in your measurements and it calculates the stitches for you. And I was like, amazing. Like, that is well worth the $12 I paid for this pattern. But in the pattern, she says, okay, do this sleeve, make sure you write down your notes so you can repeat it for the second one. And my thought was, I knit socks 2 at a time, so I'm going to do my sleeves 2 at a time. And my yarn is attached, so it's hard to show you. So here are my sleeves so far. So this will be the left sleeve. I pretty much followed the pattern that is on Rainbow Bright's sleeve, but then I accidentally mixed these two. It's supposed to be blue then green, and then this is supposed to be blue, but then I was like, well, I'll just add purple. I'll just make it more purpley because purple. And then the other day I had a person message me. Now, if you've watched Hannah, I was like, was it God? You've heard of Emmy. And Emmy reached out to me. She's like, hey, I've got something for you. And she sent me these Rainbow Bright needle stoppers. So I just need to get these on my needles. She also sent me these really cute little stickers. They're like crochet purpley stickers. And I just, crochet is self-care. So I know exactly which cup these are going on. I just wanted to show you before I put them on my cup. Anyway, so my sleeves. I need to get the needle stoppers on. This is where I was last time. I think I had just put on the purple, so yeah. So these are gonna get some love this week before I go on my cruise. Part of me thought about taking these with me, and then I was like, no, because if something were to happen, I just, nope. So I'm so anxious about knitting. I think that's the problem. I'm anxious about knitting, and I'm anxious about it's going to be monotonous once I get to the blue body of the sweater. It'll be fine. It'll be worth it, Lori. It'll be worth it. So, yeah. I'm so sorry. I am so froggy today. And speaking of frogs, great segue, right? My husband and I are going on a cruise. We are going on a Disney cruise. We are going on the Disney Wonder, which has Tiana's Place as a restaurant. I have been dying to go on this ship for a long time, just so I can go and eat gumbo and shrimp and grits and beignets and listen to Tiana sing to me. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. As of today, we have not been assigned a room number yet. So we basically, when we go on Disney cruises, we do a guaranteed room, so that gives us a discount. But that means we don't get to pick our room. And so I've just been waiting patiently. It's like we're a week away. Well, we don't have a room yet. So yeah. But, of course, I have had these projects picked for a long time. I knew I was going to be making these projects when I go on this cruise. So, I always take a crochet project with me because I crochet on the plane. Like I said, there's something about TSA that makes me so anxious. And the thought of them taking my needles really makes me upset. So I always take a crochet project. I have a clover more hook. If they were to take that, I'd be sad about losing the clover, but that's replaceable. If they take my needles, that means I have to take my stitches off the needles, which I just don't know if I can handle that. Anyway, so this is the project bag for my crochet. This was made for me by Jill. This is a nice, cute drawstring bag. With this reminds me of the Caribbean Ocean, so it's gorgeous. But inside are Disney villains. I don't think it has Dr. Facilier. Nope. I don't see him. So, Dr. Facilier is the villain in The Princess and the Frog. Sorry. It has, yeah. So here are some of the villains. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the villains. The only one that I like is Yzma from The Emperor's New Groove. But in here is going to be the Treasure Island shawl by Hannah of the Cozy Cottage. The yarn that I'm going to use, you have seen before, because I was going to use this yarn to make socks when I went on my cruise to Alaska. And then as I started winding up the yarn, I realized, oh, this is like a gradient yarn throughout the whole thing. And so I would have to cut each color and put it in half, because I do my socks 2 at a time, and just, yeah, there are so many colors that would be ridiculous. So the yarn is from Ba Yarns. It's Brenda and Heather yarns. This is on their 100% superwash merino Pegasus base. Excuse me. And the colorway is Hold Me Closer Tiny Rainbow. And so here is what the yarn looks like. So it starts off with this red, and then it goes to a speckly red, and then an orange, and a speckly orange, and then so on and so forth till you get to a purple. And so here is the yarn. So I've already like opened it up, put it on the Swift, started wrapping, and realized, oh no, that's not going to work for 2 at a time socks. So I figured a shawl would be great for this. I think this is what they, all the samples I've seen have been shawls made out of this yarn. So that's what I'm going to do. I need to ball this up, get this ready to go. And basically, so the Treasure Island shawl is it's a symmetrical shawl. So basically I'll keep going, and then when I'm halfway through these colors, then I will start decreasing. So does that make sense? You'll see what I mean once I've started. But yes, it'll be a nice rainbow shawl, and I'm very excited. I love rainbows, can you tell? And then of course I need a pair of socks, because I finished a pair of socks, so I need to start another pair of socks. So yeah, it'll be in this gorgeous bag made for me by my friend Kalisha of the Quirky Monday Craft Cast. So her favorite princess is Tiana, which I love her too, but my favorite princess is Rapunzel. But so yeah, I think Hannah has one of these too, because we met up a long time ago in Florida. The 3 of us got to meet, and Kalisha brought us bags. Oh, and then I have a pin on here. Be a nice human. Right? Ooh, do you hear my stomach growl? I think it's time for me to go eat. So let's wrap this up. Alright, so I'm going to do socks. I'm going to do vanilla socks. There's just something soothing about that when you're on the ship. Just not having to pay attention to a pattern. It's great. So I do my socks 2 at a time. I do them toe up. I do 60 stitches around for my foot. Most patterns call for 64, which annoys me because then that's just a little too big for my feet. I just don't like it. And then I also do the shadow wrap heel. There's a tutorial for it by Denise of Earthtones Girl. I will link that down below. The pattern that I basically follow, the basic toe up pattern, is by my friend Wendy Pranger-Geckner. It's all linked down below. The yarns that I'm going to use, I have these 2 beautiful colors for heels, toes, and cuffs. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to do like heel, toe, and then I haven't quite, or if I'm just going to do mixed matched socks with the heels, toes, and cuffs. I don't know. But these are the 2 colors I have. They go perfectly with this Knit Picks Felici. So this is Knit Picks Felici. It's their sock, fingering weight sock, self-striping yarn. It is 50 grams. It is the same as the same type of yarn that I use for my Valentine socks, my Austin socks. This is the colorway board shorts, which I thought was perfect going on a cruise. And also green and yellow is like Tiana's colors. So I will be starting those on the cruise. Actually, part of me is like, should I start my toes and get through the toes, and then once I'm on the cruise, or I don't know. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do yet, but we are heading to San Diego. We will be in San Diego most of the day the next Saturday, all day Sunday. So we are going to plan to go to the zoo. Do I take socks to the zoo? I might. I should get out my clear bag, so I have that with me. Yeah. We have a pile over here of clothes ready to be packed. So yeah. that's all the yarny goodness for today. Ooh, my stomach is growling. So I'm gonna go get something to eat. I also have a few errands to run, and then I'm gonna watch the Olympics. I'm so excited. I love spending a Saturday watching the Olympics. So with that, I will see you all later. God bless. Bye. Also, have you been seeing all of the Olympic athletes and their knitting or crochet or I forget what else they do? Needle pointing? Like, oh my goodness, like all the videos I've been seeing on Instagram, YouTube, all of that of them talking about their projects. It's just so cool. And I saw videos like, oh, are we cool now because the most talented athletic people in the world do what we do? Does that make us cool? I think so.